Just like that nearly wiped me out. So character dies, obviously you know what hardcore is. Basically the character is no longer exit. They're deleted once you die. So we have to be a lot more defensive, a lot more faster pace, and a lot more focused on dodging attacks more. Because if you're playing on a normal, not hardcore, at least if you die, you just resurrect at the checkpoint and come back and try again. Whereas, like it says in this one here, we don't get that second chance. And self-climb, for people who don't know, oh shoot. This is your first tutorial boss. Ow! How about you heal? Oh, nearly ran into that. No thanks, I don't really want to die on the first tutorial boss. Nearly done so. That's it. Okay. Dodge it! No! Okay! Holy! Catch that Pokemon!
Always beats raw strength.
Unlucky, Declina. But yeah, it's good to see you guys again. You know, it's been a while. Path of Exile is one I've been focusing a lot on because it's free to play and it's open for anybody to be able to play it. It does have cross-platform as well on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, PC, all can play together. So I'll show you now what I roughly mean here. So if we go in here, you'll see the monk has a wee bit, like a warrior would have a more focused off, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think the warrior goes around this direction here, where they start going down in the first path. This one starts off as a warrior, I believe this is the path for the warrior. This is the path for the mercenary. This is the path for your ranger, beastmaster, all them. This one up here, I believe, is your witch or sorceress. I'm not sure which one. And this one's the same, witch or sorceress. I'm not sure which one. This one here then is your monk's path. It doesn't have the same stuff as what the other ones. That's fine by me, and like it says, you're more welcome as well, so don't worry about that there. I've already talked to Neil. Neil says the first one looks interesting to him, so he's thinking about it as well. So you could end up getting the whole group together again on this game as a group in this game, and kind of adventuring through it, doing quests and all that stuff. But don't worry, I won't expect anybody to play on hardcore like I am. That's only for my solo character, and I play hardcore on hardcore solo self-fight. I'll explain it. I don't know if any of you know what self-fight is, because a lot of people aren't really entirely sure. I think we're going to go for... I'll explain it once we get into this town here. We're going to go increase... Yep, the triage, but this time in Path of Exile. So, I could probably already tell what some are going to be. For me, I'll always go as... I'll probably more likely go as warrior with like the tanky build, so I can keep the attention off the enemies. Random would probably come across as me as being like maybe a ranger or a ranger or an actual DPS warrior. And I think Neil would probably be the more sneakier one, like a rogue or like sub beastmaster or something, we're heading from a distance. Right, so let's get into town and I'll explain what the whole gimmick about the solo self-fight and hardcore and all that stuff is. But me, I'll be at the forefront of everything. Yeah, can you stop talking? I want to speak a second. So I'll always be at the forefront as a tank. That's just the kind of role I like to play. I've fallen in love playing it as a tank class, sword and board. Okay, so I'll explain here what we're doing. We're doing hardcore. That's pretty self-explanatory. You have one life, you die, your character's done. There's no bringing them back, there's no resing them. I think in this game, Path of Exiles 2, I think they changed it so if your hardcore character dies, they get changed over to the standard league. In the first one, if you die as a hardcore, your character gets deleted. There's no bringing them back. So if that's the case, we have that to fall back on if we want to continue on with this character, or if we want to try and beat it as a hardcore game. So the next part of it is self-found. So solo self-found is basically no grouping. You can't party up at it. You can't buy anything off the game's auction house. You can't sell stuff on the auction house. You must get everything from quest rewards, vendors, and everything basically must be got by yourself, by your character. They cannot be bought on the auction house. You must get everything yourself, and nobody else can just go and trade you stuff. So that's self-found. Solo self-found is not for partying up. So this character is one I've been playing solo on streams. I will create a new character and go probably the warrior route. So we'll do like try and build it into like a more of a tanky character for when we do over time get to the point where I'm partying up with you guys. But yeah, so I don't know how far we'll last.
Friendly's the name. You're skilled with the violence. If what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it.
Honestly,
have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
There's a beast of particular dark. Now, if you could channel your violence.
The discipline of the forge has taught him strength.
Okay, so while now Renly stop talking. Path of Exiles, it's fair, but can be unforgiving. If you get a wee bit too big-headed, too cocky, so to speak, it'll strike you down pretty damn fast. So it will. So you have to be careful in that case with a hardcore character specifically. Because if you don't, you'll end up getting struck down quite easily. The bosses can be challenging. You can't... If you're used to these sort of games, I would stray away from hardcore, stay in standard. I've been playing these sort of games for a long time, so yeah, it's not really that big an issue to me. If I die, I die. I'm not that bothered. So what we need to get our hands on is a sword and board.
I fear this land's...
I sense within her a kindred dreamer.
Before you go, allow old Mortimer to warn you.
Alright, old Mortimer.
Out
What's you have to
there,
say?
ancient creatures, lurking beneath the surface, cloaked in darkness. They then burst forth to feast
Oh,
on
there's
the
a new
souls
season
of
to
the
start in
recently
Path of Exiles
departed.
1 as well.
Trust me, I've seen them.
You get
The others
some good
think
gear
me
from it.
mad, but mark my words, it is true.
Ancient creatures from beneath the surface. You don't mean the Devourer?
No. But that damn thing has likely opened their passage to the surface. These creatures, they are something else. It is not
I'll
but one
speak
threat.
when he finishes
It
blabbering
is
here.
many. And I fear what it means for Clearfell.
I see now why I was called here.
Depose them. Cave in the cracks. Cave in whatever you find. We've got enough trouble here as it is.
As you wish.
I knew I could count on you. Take care, friend.
Okay,
Watch
Mortimer.
your step.
Look after yourself, buddy. The only reason why I don't play Dead by Daylight anymore as much is because because I know this is probably one thing that a lot of people are wondering. It just got far too repetitive for me. And then, because it was very, you know, I don't know, it turned into like a chore with the game more than anything, because there's more grinding and all that stuff. I wanted something a wee bit more freely open, so to speak. So you have few things, other things to do. That. So to me, when I seen Path of Exile, I always kind of put it on the back burner and never really paid much attention to it. Until one day when I was looking through my library because I couldn't really get any games I could focus on. And I seen Path of Exile 1, free to play. And lo and behold, I seen that Mr. Random, he played it as well. And I remember seeing him on stream playing it one time. And I was like, you know what, actually? I was like, you know what, actually, I think I could actually have fun in that game. Because I remember back the day you streamed it, I think you were the witch. So you were? For a bit? I think you were on the Xbox. Path Exile, I don't think so. I would have to search, but I don't think so. I think it's PC, console. Sadly, I'm not entirely sure. Give me a second, I'll double check, but I don't think it is. But if you have the PS4, if you have a PS4, you have on that. Path of Exile. Path of Exile. Just search Path of Exile. It should bring up everything that's released on. Here we are. Nope, that's not the right part. Here we go to Wikipedia. So it is released on, yeah, it's not mobile. It's only Windows, which PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and your Mac operating system. So PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox One, and the S and X series. Unfortunately, it's not mobile. I know Diablo Immortal is, but I know at the same time it's not. No, man, I completely understand. You know, like it's shit. You know what I mean? Like we had the same. Like we struggled quite a bit ourselves. So, you know, I totally get it. So don't panic. You know, I'm going to be about anyway, as always. You know, I'll always be hanging about somewhere. So well, let's see. None of these are of any use to us, so we'll just identify that. Get them on. If we don't want to do that, gem, yep. Let me have a look here a second.
I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Any that catch your eye?
That. And we are going to identify these and sell them. Identify. We're not using any of them. What we desperately need is... what we need is the sword and board. I like the sword and board style. But no, everybody, man, like goes through tough times. Don't panic yourselves, you know.
Have we met?
It's completely understood. You know, life is, it sucks, you know, at times in that way. So it does.